It's 5:45 a.m. at a busy airport security line. A traveler opens their carry-on only to hear the TSA agent say, "We can't let you bring this." It was just a bottle of prescription medication, but packed wrong, and now it's flagged. If you take daily meds, this video could save your trip. We're breaking down the new TSA rules for 2025, what not to pack, and how to stay safe and sane at security. If this helps you fly smarter, hit like and subscribe. Number 1. The liquid medication trap. It's 7:12 a.m. at JFK. A middle-aged man nervously watches as a TSA officer pulls out a small bottle from his carry-on. It's just his liquid heart medication, unopened, clearly labeled, but it's over 3.4 ounces, and he didn't declare it. The officer sets it aside. This exceeds the liquid limit and wasn't declared. We'll have to screen it separately or discard it. The man is stunned. He thought prescription meds were automatically exempt. That's the trap. Yes, TSA allows liquid medications above the 3.4 Aussie 100 ml limit, but only if you follow the right steps. In 2025, the new screening procedures require passengers to proactively declare any medically necessary liquids before their bag enters the scanner. If you don't, TSA can treat it like any other oversized liquid and toss it out. Even worse, some agents now use automated flagging systems, and undeclared bottles may trigger a full bag inspection, delaying you and everyone behind you. Here's the fix. Always separate liquid meds in a clear plastic bag. Tell the agent out loud, "I have medical liquids over 3.4 ounces. Have documentation ready even if not required. It's not about tricking TSA. It's about helping them help you and getting to your gate without drama." Number 2. Prescription bottle confusion. It's 6:30 a.m. at Denver International. A woman steps up to the conveyor belt and places her neatly packed pill organizer in the tray. No bottles, no labels, just 7 color-coded compartments. As her bag rolls through the scanner, a TSA agent flags it for manual inspection. He asks, "Are these prescription medications?" She nods. "Do you have the original bottles or a doctor's note?" She doesn't, and now she's panicking. Here's where many travelers get caught off guard. TSA doesn't require medications to be in original bottles, and it's a big but, other authorities might. Certain states, airport police units, or even customs officers abroad may question loose pills, especially if they look like controlled substances. In 2025, with AI-based flagging systems being tested at major airports, unlabeled medication containers are more likely to be flagged for suspicion. That can lead to delays, extra questioning, or in rare cases, confiscation. The gray area between TSA's leniency and other agencies' strictness creates confusion, and confusion leads to mistakes. Your best move? Keep at least one original prescription bottle with matching ID, or carry a printed prescription or doctor's note, especially for international travel. If using a pill organizer, tuck the backup documents in your personal item, just in case. It's not about legality. It's about clarity, because security rarely favors mystery. Number 3, what to declare at security. It's 8:05 a.m. at Miami International. The line is long and people are anxious to get through. A young traveler places her carry-on on the belt, forgetting that inside is a small vial of liquid medication over 100 ml, tightly sealed in bubble wrap. The scanner pauses. A TSA agent leans in. "Ma'am, do you have any medical liquids or items you need to declare?" She hesitates. "I think I packed something, but is that required?" That hesitation was all it took. Her bag is pulled for inspection, and now she's pulled aside for questioning. Not because she broke a rule, but because she didn't speak up. In 2025, TSA is leaning more heavily on passenger declarations, especially for medications that look unusual: vials, syringes, inhalers, EpiPens, and larger liquids. While these are often allowed, the risk comes when you stay silent. TSA officers aren't medical professionals. They rely on your clarity and documentation. Failing to declare medical items can trigger delays, scrutiny, or even disposal. And while some travelers try to sneak it through thinking it saves time, it often backfires badly. Here's how to stay safe and smooth. Speak clearly before the bin hits the scanner. "I have a medical item to declare." Be ready to remove and hand it to the officer. Don't assume they know. Assume you need to explain insecurity breeds suspicion. Confidence and preparation keeps you moving. Number 4, needles, injectables, and EpiPens. It's 4:55 a.m. at LAX. A bleary-eyed passenger unzips her carry-on during secondary inspection. Inside is a cold pack, a pen injector, and a few syringes, all mixed in with snacks and chargers. The TSA officer stiffens. Do you have documentation for these? She fumbles through her wallet, trying to find a doctor's note while the clock ticks toward boarding. Injectables and medical devices like EpiPens are allowed, but in 2025, the way you pack and present them matters more than ever. TSA has updated its internal screening policies, and any sharp object or unlabeled injectable device is now automatically flagged for visual inspection, especially in cases where the traveler doesn't declare it up front. Cold packs must be frozen solid at the time of screening. Used auto-injectors, unlabeled vials, or insulin pens can cause confusion, especially if placed in cluttered or unorganized bags. Some travelers even report missed flights due to the time it took to explain everything. What's more, international airports may have different policies, and even TSA-compliant items can raise red flags abroad if not clearly marked or separated. Your best strategy: keep injectables in a separate, transparent pouch. Include pharmacy labels or a printed prescription, declare them out loud, and say they're medically necessary. Avoid loose syringes or devices mixed with personal items. You're not just packing for the scanner, you're packing for trust. Number 5, CBD, cannabis, and controlled substances. It's 9:20 p.m. at Seattle-Tacoma Airport. A young man breezes through security, or so he thinks, until a TSA officer waves him over. We found a vape cartridge labeled CBD in your bag. Can you confirm what's inside? He casually responds, "Yeah, it's legal. I bought it at a dispensary downtown." That's when the questions start, and so does the delay. Here's the truth. Just because it's legal where you bought it doesn't mean it's legal at the airport or on the plane. In 2025, TSA continues to walk a fine line between federal law and evolving state policies. Cannabis remains federally illegal, meaning even CBD or THC-containing products, oils, gummies, vapes, can trigger serious scrutiny, especially if improperly labeled. And internationally, forget it. Some countries treat even trace amounts of THC as controlled substances, and travelers have been detained, fined, or banned for carrying items that were legal at home. Even medical cannabis users are not fully protected. If you travel with marijuana or THC-based products, you risk having them confiscated or worse, being referred to law enforcement. Here's how to protect yourself. Only fly with TSA-compliant, fully legal hemp-derived CBD and keep the lab label. Leave THC products behind, even if just a gummy. Never mix them with prescription meds. It raises red flags. Check both departure and destination laws in advance. Flying high may be legal somewhere, but it's not worth grounding your entire trip. Number 6, packing mistakes that cause delays. It's 6 a.m. at Chicago O'Hare. A father of 2 is juggling strollers, backpacks, and boarding passes. His carry-on glides into the scanner, but moments later, a TSA agent signals for a manual check. Inside, a crushed pill bottle jammed between toiletries, toothpaste leaking onto an unsealed blister pack, and a daily pill organizer wrapped in aluminum foil. Welcome to the chaos that delays not just one traveler, but the entire security line behind them. In 2025, TSA agents are under tighter pressure to process high-risk items quickly, and medication, when poorly packed, fits that category. Loose pills, unclear containers, or medication stored next to food, electronics, or liquids can all raise alarms. Aluminum foil, it blocks X-rays. Over-the-counter meds stored in snack pouches, that's a red flag. Even squashed pill organizers can look suspicious under new AI-based scanners. Packing smart isn't about being neat, it's about being readable. If TSA can't instantly see what something is, they're trained to stop and inspect. Here's how to avoid getting held up. Use a clear, zippered pouch for all meds, liquids, pills, and devices. Keep it at the top of your carry-on for quick access. Never wrap anything in foil or tape. Separate medications from snacks, cosmetics, and gadgets. Security doesn't pause for confusion. And your medication should never be the reason you miss a flight. Number 7. International Travel and Customs Trouble. It's 10:50 a.m. at Tokyo Haneda Airport. A retired American couple steps up to customs after a 13-hour flight. An officer points to a bottle of cold medicine packed in their checked bag. He frowns. This ingredient is banned in Japan. Confused, the husband explains it's an over-the-counter decongestant they picked up at home. But it doesn't matter. Within minutes, the bottle is confiscated and they're held for further questioning. Here's the shocker. Some medications that are completely legal in the US, even over-the-counter ones, are strictly prohibited abroad. Countries like Japan, the UAE, Singapore, and Indonesia have zero-tolerance policies for certain ingredients, including pseudoephedrine, codeine, and even some antidepressants. In 2025, international screenings have become even more automated. Customs databases are now synced with flagged substances lists, meaning even small quantities can alert authorities. And I didn't know isn't considered a valid excuse. The consequences? Confiscation, fines, detainment, or in extreme cases, entry denial. Even common travel remedies like melatonin or sleeping aids can be restricted in certain regions, especially in high doses or unfamiliar packaging. Here's your global travel safety checklist. Always check embassy websites before flying with meds abroad. Carry a translated doctor's note and prescription when possible. Keep medications in original packaging with labeled dosages. Avoid mailing or shipping prescription meds internationally. When crossing borders, what's medicine to you might look like contraband to them. Number 8. Smart tips for seniors and families. It's 5:15 a.m. at Orlando International. A grandmother traveling with her grandson fumbles to unpack a backpack filled with pill bottles, a nebulizer, gummy vitamins, and a tube of medicated cream, all mixed with snacks, crayons, and socks. The TSA agent smiles patiently but starts pulling everything out one by one. Ma'am, next time try to separate medical items. Traveling with medications is stressful enough, but for seniors and families, the challenge multiplies, especially when there's a mix of prescriptions, OTC meds, supplements, or children's medicine involved. In 2025, TSA's newer scanners and agents are trained to look for potential risks, and mixed bags almost always trigger extra screening. For elderly travelers, the risk is twofold: delays and accessibility. Needing quick access to heart meds or insulin while someone else unpacks your bag, that's a recipe for panic. For parents, it's often about liquid limits and OTC labeling. Cough syrups, allergy meds, teething gel, if unlabeled or loosely packed, can be mistaken for suspicious items. And don't forget, mobility aids like canes, pill organizers, and pre-filled syringes all have their own screening quirks. Here's how to keep it smooth and stress-free. Use one clear pouch per person for meds, labeled by name. Place all meds at the top of each carry-on, not buried under toys or chargers. Pre-pack extra meds in case of delays. Print prescriptions or medication schedules, especially for seniors. When you pack with care, you give your future self or your loved one a much calmer journey. Traveling with medication in 2025 isn't just about what you bring. It's about how you pack, what you declare, and how clearly you communicate. From oversized liquids to mislabeled pills, a single mistake can lead to delays, confiscations, or even missed flights. TSA rules are evolving, and so are international customs standards. Whether you're managing chronic conditions, flying with family, or helping an elderly loved one, a few smart steps now can prevent major problems later. Double-check your meds, your labels, and your destination's rules. A calm, informed traveler is one who makes it to the gate on time, and with everything they need. What surprised you most in today's video? Drop it in the comments. We read every one. And don't forget to subscribe to stay ahead of TSA rules and smart travel tips every time you fly.